Swimming like a shark in a shrimp tank. Big fish, small pond in the shrimp tank.
Hello and welcome to the video wrap-up show for the Shrimp Tank podcast in Seattle. I'm Dan Whedon, and I'm joined by my co-host, Michelle Baumberger. Michelle and I had a fascinating and fun conversation today with Nyasha Tunduwani. He is CEO of Real Impact Consulting. You're going to want to watch the entire episode, and to do so, please subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. And you can catch his episode and all of the last 6 years episode on our website at shrimptankpodcast.com/Seattle.
And Nyasha, there were so many takeaways from this show, so many things that got my mind spinning as a business owner on what I should be thinking about. And I was hoping you could share a little bit of the insight about what businesses should be looking at in technology in the short term, in the next 2 to 3 years. What are the things that they should be thinking about and really jumping in on in the short term?
Yeah, so a few years ago, when I was at the Worldwide Microsoft Partner Conference, Satya Nadella, the CEO, brought up this concept that every company is a technology company. So, you know, when we're really thinking about what we're doing as a business, supporting small businesses with their technology, is looking at that stage that's beyond infrastructure, right? Beyond the firewall, beyond the servers, and really looking at, you know, the way that I view what we are doing is that it's about getting you proximity and decision-making information about your clients, right? And so for small business owners, it's really taking that baseline view of, if I were to start my business today, what would it look like? What kind of technology and what kind of access to information would I have? And how could I action based on that information? And that's really where we're going. And so, you know, I think we cover a significant amount of that in the podcast. And so it's definitely where we're looking at, is how we can help our clients access the information and make decisions about it better.
And that's exactly why everybody should listen to the podcast, because there's a ton of great information. One of the things, Nyasha, that I found to be really interesting was your founding of the Black Channel Partner Alliance, how that came about, and the purpose and the passion behind it. Would you share really briefly a little bit about what you shared on the podcast about how that came about and your role in it?
Yeah, so the Black Channel Partner Alliance is an organization that we formed to support Black-owned technology companies. And so the organization is really built around 3 pillars. One is we're trying to create $100 million in net new revenue for Black-owned technology companies. We're going to focus on 100 companies to start out with, so we can prove our model. We're trying to create 800 technology jobs, and then perform 1,000 digital transformations within Black community organizations. So the objective is to really help the businesses grow, help the nonprofits, and then create employment for a group that traditionally has really struggled with getting employed in the tech sector. And yeah, it came about because I was just, you know, I knew that there were better ways that a lot of the powerful people I knew within these large companies could interact with and engage with the Black community. And so this was a part that I thought would really result in a great outcome. We decided to put some metrics against it so that we would have something to be measured against. So if, you know, there's a lot of business development organizations that are out there, but the numbers matter. So we're trying to push and really get some real results.
Wow. Well, folks, you just heard a little bit of what we heard from Nyasha during our podcast. So take a look at the entire program. Nyasha, thanks so much for being a guest here. For listeners who want to get in touch with you to learn more about your company or about your nonprofit, how can they get more information?
So 2 ways. So they can go to our company website, which is rlimpact.com. So Robert Larry Impact, or they can connect with me on LinkedIn. And so that is linkedin.com/in/NYASHA. So thank you.
Great. And for our listeners, make sure you check out all the replays at shrimptankpodcast.com/Seattle and wherever you get your podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Stitcher, SoundCloud, and follow our show on our social media pages, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram.
Well, many thanks to you, Nyasha, and to you, Michelle. Thanks for being on here. Everyone else, as Michelle said, please become a member on the Facebook page, because that's where we do our live broadcasts. We do them every Wednesday at 12 p.m. Pacific. Our next guest will be Rachel Kim from Untaboo. Until we see you again, please be healthy, be prosperous, and of course, have some fun. Because for right now, the shrimp is back in the tank. So long.
I've been feeling like a shark in a shrimp tank. Big fish, small pond in the shrimp